We are here. So I'm gonna go ahead and address the ibis in the room. I'm not gonna say elephant. I'm gonna address the ibis in the room. Tyler Van Dyke. Much has been said. Some fans feel that it's time to put the old horse out to pasture and let him just go about his way. The ibis in the room. Now, I've heard people say that they wouldn't be opposed to seeing Emery come out and play. They wouldn't be opposed to seeing Jakari come out and play. I'm not going, QB, what's up? I'm not going to argue either way. I'm not going to argue for it. I'm not going to argue against it. QB, I'm glad you're here, bro. Because something that you said or what you said on Coach Hayes' show after the game, it really got my mind working. You said something, and I heard Canesville. Um, Shout out to Street, shout out to Maddie, shout out to I think the other brother name is Kyle. Really, really good perspective. And all you guys basically said the same thing. We as fans want TVD to do something that he has not shown that he can do. We want him to be someone that he isn't. We want TVD to be Caleb Williams. We want TV to be Cam Newton. And when and these names that I'm saying, they all have something in common. We want TVD to be Johnny Manziel. We want TVD to be what's another what's up Eldridge? What's another quarterback? Um Tim Tebow. I think I heard someone say that they were looking for that Tim Tebow type of speech from TVD after the Georgia Tech game. That's what we want him to be. That's not what TVD is. We want TVD to match flaws. Exactly. That's what we want TVD to do. What made TVD so effective in those first four games that have made him ineffective these last two games falls solely on the shoulders of the offensive line in the run game. We've not been able to run the ball. And I looked up something today, man, and I had to make sure I had to check it. I wanted to make sure that I'm not putting something out there that's incorrect. Bro, TVD has faced UNC three times. 2021, 2022, and this last year. And guess how we have ended the last three games against UNC? The ball has been in TVD's hand, and he has thrown an interception. The other two games, we lost by 3 points. We lost by 3 and 21. We lost by 3 and 22. And this game, we lost by 10, which, to me, it was a three-possession game. And in all three of those games, we didn't have a run game. All three of those games, the defense didn't step up. The first two games were in the 40s. This game, UNC scored 40 again. This is against a Manny Diaz-led defense. This is against a Blake Baker defense, even though it's Manny influenced. And this is against a Lance Guidry defense. So three different defensive coordinators. And we have yet to prevent UNC from getting 40 points. And again, I've spent the past 2 seasons defending TVD. It's on Dawson, offense, lack creativity, wide receiver diversity, no tight end usage. QB, I'm glad you said that, but let me finish this point. Hold that thought. Please hold that thought. I spent the past 2 years defending TVD. First year talking about I don't see a problem with him getting the ball to to Rambo and Harley. They producing. Last year, I was upset because the coaching staff took the ball out of TVD's hands and tried to force something that wasn't there. Unfortunately, the issue is TVD doesn't have the brain or the eyes. Sterling, I can't agree with that because, and I'm not trying to make this I'm defending TVD, but this is the same type of thing that a lot of people did with Brad. Brad never beat FSU. Brad was close. Malik Rozier beat FSU because the defense stepped up. N'Kosi Perry beat FSU because the defense did not allow FSU another score after in 2018 after halftime. We didn't beat UNC Saturday because the defense did not make a stop when we needed it. When things go south, you need to blame somebody in TV. Hey, yeah, the quarterback's gonna get the blame. I'm not, I try to be the person that looks at it. This is a team game. And the past 2 weeks have been up and down. Against Georgia Tech, the defense shows up, the offense craps the bed. This week, the offense shows up, the defense craps the bed. Right? So tired of losing. Yeah, and the thing about it is Mac gets to sit on that W. The defense was on the field 13 minutes. Hey, I'm glad you said that, Sterling. I got 2 points to get back to. Let me make this point. I'm gonna get the QB first. I'm gonna get straight to that point. So I can't blame the UNC loss on TVD. I really can't. I know a lot of people are, it is what it is. Then I heard he came out after the game and said that he's playing with torn ligaments in his hand. And it's like, I know a lot of people are going to look at that as that's an excuse. But TVD has been hit more these past 2 games than he's been hit the first 4 games. Things are starting to implode, so to speak. But, again, this is all I'm going to say. If Jakari goes out there and plays, or if Emory goes out there and play, are we going to be able to run the ball? That's all I need to know. Are we going to be able to run the ball? Because if we're not going to be able to run the ball, then we will be putting Emory. Emory will be ended up in the same mental state as Tyler Van Dyke, and it might even be worse for the simple fact that Tyler comes in and Tyler experienced success early. If we can't run the ball, I know Emory looks good or whatever the situation is like that, but I don't see it. And Jakari, I don't see it either. So going back to QB. Wide receiver, lack of diversity, no use of the tight ends. Let me tell you something. I'm not trying to talk about the USC game. I'm on the Clemson now, but all points are noted. All of those things contributed. I was on a message board last night, and somebody said something, and I said, you know what? I never put it in perspective. And QB, that goes, and it coincides with what you said about TVD, about we want him to cover up flaws, we want him to be something that he's not. Somebody said, bro, we're talking about Shannon Dawson getting the tight ends involved. We're talking about Shannon Dawson trying to get the outside receivers more involved. But Shannon Dawson's claim to fame last year was a quarterback force-feeding a slot receiver. So why are we shocked that is what the offense is right now? And when he said that, I said, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Like, Xavier Restrepo is our Tank Dell. Xavier Restrepo is our Tank Dell. So it makes sense why you were force feeding him, because Lance Guidry, I'm not Lance Guidry, but Shannon Dawson, last offense featured a quarterback force feeding a slot wide receiver. And why are we shocked that that's what he's doing now? Because me and brother Jay Blaze, we were chopping it up. And I've said this on a previous live. I said, it almost looks as if, as we say, it was like, when the 2 coordinators were hired, the general consensus was man, they gonna have more players and they're gonna have better players. They're gonna have more better players than they've ever had before. Imagine what they can do. And no one has the other thought. Sterling, that's exactly where I'm going. Now I'm not again. I don't want you to take it as if I'm saying he doesn't know what to do. But again, if you've never had something before, it is going to take an adjustment period, in my opinion, to get used to it. Because last week, against Georgia Tech, Brashard is lined up in the backfield. Brashard runs the ball twice. And Brashard doesn't see the field anymore. Couple games before that, I don't know if it was a Temple game or maybe it was a Bethune game. Ray gets in the game, lines up for a screen pass. There was some plays where Ray ran some jet sweep. We haven't seen that anymore. So it's like you're trying to figure out what to do, and then on top of that, you're trying to figure out how in the heck do I incorporate the tight ends? Because I literally just came from an offense where all I had to do was get the ball to Tank Dell. Now I got to figure out how I get the ball to Kobe. I got to figure out how I get the ball to X. I got to figure out how to get the ball to Jacoby. I got to figure out how to get these 4 running backs involved. Bro, his wide receiver's running open. He's not even looking at where. Sterling, listen to what I'm saying, brother. I'm sure if we go back to Houston footage, I'm sure they have wide receivers running wide open as well. But guess who got the fanfare? Tank Dell. The University of Houston, in my opinion, is not devoid of wide receivers. But what was it? What was said? Now, again, I'm not saying that you said this, but that's what I've seen people say. Like, look, bro, it's Tank Dell. Hey, Ellen, it's Tank Dell. Look what he did for Tank Dell. Look what he did for Tank Dell. But it was like, you have to pause for a second. It's like, okay, that's what he did for Tank Dell, but what is he going to do for X? I mean, what is he going to do for Jacoby? What is he going to do for Kobe? What is he going to do for Ray? What is he going to do for Brashard? What is he going to do for the running back room? No one ever answered that question. It was just, we're going to get the ball to Tank. Like, look what he did to Tank Dell. Imagine, what he's going to. It's like, no, this is not. They also had 2 other receivers pushing. And Sterling, at the rate that we're going, we could have what is Jacoby at now? Jacoby is at about 400, almost 500. We're 6 games into the season. Kobe is maybe 300, 400 yards. So yeah, we're kind of running the offense that he ran in Houston. It's just that we did not watch Houston. So I'm sure if we were Houston fans, we would probably sit there like, bro, why are you throwing the ball to Tank Dell so much? Why are you throwing the ball to Tank Dell so much? Just like we're saying, why are you throwing the ball to X so much? And it's like, that's what it is. So, Sterling, to go back to your point about the defense being on the field for 13 straight minutes. I agree with that point, but this is where I kind of push back at. Because Georgia Tech, we weren't doing much on the offensive side of the ball either against Georgia Tech. And our OC been good. Our coaches need to practice themselves with personal subs. OC not worth the reason. Keeps eyeing. Hey, studio. I mean, I'm not gonna agree. I'm not necessarily gonna disagree. All I'm gonna say is that I want to go by what I know for sure versus thinking that I know what's gonna happen. Like, we knew for sure that he knows how to get the ball to Tank Dell. So that's, and studio, to go back to that, Rhett Lashley dialed up plays for him to get the ball to Charleston Rambo. That's what it is. What's going on, Wayne? But getting back to your point, Sterling, X knows how to get open better than others. Last year we said wide receivers couldn't get open, but we don't want TVD to throw to the open guy. QB, I agree 1,000% with you. I don't have a problem with X because my thing is I see X. This is the same old man. Hey, Wayne, I'm not arguing against it. You know, we just getting warmed up. I'm not arguing against that. X is a student of the game. Like, you can see it. So are you saying both OC was the reason TVD doing what he's doing? I'm just trying to follow your complaint. I don't have a complaint. What I'm saying is that we brought in an OC and Rhett Lashley that had a system, and we brought in a OC and Shannon Dawson that had a system. We also brought in Josh Gaddis and OC with the system. So we've said for the longest TVD is a system quarterback. So if you're a system quarterback, whatever the system is requiring for you to do, that's what you're going to do. Rhett Lashley's system called for TVD to get the ball to Rambo Moore, Harley second, and then get the ball to Will Mallory. This particular system from Shannon Dawson, I just want to see if Emory or JB can hit some of those open wide receivers. 4-2 is okay, but the way we lost. Studio, I'm going to talk about that. I don't care how good TVD plays. We shot ourselves in the foot too many times to expect a win or the margin for. Exactly. Jordan Travis focused on Keon and Johnny ignores other receivers. Bro, I don't know what Jordan Travis do. I don't know what Jordan Travis do. I was watching some of the Florida State game. I don't know what he's out there doing. But that's what I'm saying, Studio, is that's the system. And the system that Shannon Dawson, again, like I said, I can't elaborate it any better. You force-fed Tank Dell, and it's kind of like when Josh Gas was hired. A lot of people were saying, oh, man, we're going to run the Alabama offense. I'm like, bro, you can't say we're going to run something that you have not seen him run. What you saw him run was a power ground scheme, not true throws to everyone at QB. X had 17 targets last game. I think the next closest guy had 8. So he's throwing it, but X is nearly getting double the targets. So I want to go with what I've seen you do in the past. I didn't expect Josh Gas to come here and we were gonna look like the Alabama offense. Oh, you talking about Jordan Travis. Everybody in the nation knows that McCormick on the field's run. Wayne, you know what? At the game, that's what I noticed. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to pile on stuff, but it's almost like this was the biggest concern that I had. We want TVD to show emotion, but it doesn't guarantee. Yeah, man, y'all making so many points, man. Let me get to that. Let me get to that first point. I'm gonna get to that QB. That was one of my biggest complaints. I said there are things that you can do at the G5 level that you can't do at the P5 level because they're more support staff. They can pick up on more tendencies. They have a scouting department that's watching all this type of stuff. And so, yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, bro, we're running McCormick off the field and we're running Riley Williams into the game. It's a pass. For me, I think the lack of confidence that's showing up in the past few games of TVD is inconsistencies in the playbook they consider. Anthony, we haven't been able to run the ball the past 2 games. And Mario Cristobal said this last year after the UNC game. You cannot win games if the quarterback is throwing the ball over 40 times. TVD threw the ball over 40 times. It was the exact same game having multiple playbooks his whole career. He didn't have one. I mean, Anthony, I try to find examples because I was thinking about this today. I'm tired of it, Shad. We've seen how big of an impact receiving tight end like Riley Williams could have. I don't understand why Williams cannot get many snaps. I don't know, man. Again, Van Wilder came here to continue. Van Wilder is looking for an extra year of eligibility. So, I don't know. I'm talking too much. I'm trying to get back to my point. But yeah, so when they come off the field and Riley runs on there, like that's my thing. Like you can get away with stuff at the G5 level that you can't get away with at P5 level. It's just like on my live yesterday, I said it was a dead giveaway for the corner blitz because if Couch was blitzing, Cam would line up further towards the receiver. And when he wasn't, he would line up back closer in. So it's like a person that's in the booth is going to say, okay, Drake, kind of find you a place on the field and figure out if he's closer to the receiver, he's blitzing, slide to protection. If he's not blitzing. He's going back in coverage. Let's roll. So, Sterling, getting back to the 13-minute thing. Notice damn near every time we shot the QB blitzing them, they ran the other way, which is great. Exactly. That's what Wayne. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said we did that against. But someone said our OC plays don't utilize tape. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have. Listen, he doesn't have any video proof of him using the tight ends. So again, I'm not gonna get upset about stuff that I didn't see. I don't expect you to do something that you've not done in the past. I don't expect it. We were happy about Shannon Dawson because of Tank Dell. That's what we were happy about. I don't know the tight end name. I look back at the catches last year. I think the most the tight end had last year maybe was 13 catches. Do you think Mars is going to bitch TVD? Nah, man, I'm not. No. Shout out to V12. V12 said something like that. And no, if TVD gets benched, I think that does more harm than good. Because if you bench TVD, to me that just means that look, you are giving like the season is over. I don't think that he would bench TVD unless we go out here and lose to Clemson. Because at the end of the day, if we get 3 losses in conference play, then there's unless there's a complete implosion, there's no way we're playing for the ACC championship. So if we lose to Clemson, then yeah, very well I could see a situation where we're slowly because we got after Clemson, we got Virginia, and don't we play Virginia Tech season over for bitches? If we lose to Clemson, the season is over. So it is what it is. But I'm trying to get back to this point by Sterling. Sterling, we heard all year. Coach Cristobal came here. We were going to the fourth quarter drills. The fourth quarter drill was going to show who wanted it more. That's what it was. So them being out on the field 13 minutes, I remember again. Now this is different, but I remember in 2018, that defense in 2018 had to stay out on the field the entire season. They did not have any more depth than what we have right now. Reason why I asked that is because look what happened with Milroe after Saban benched him. He improved his play and it didn't do any harm. It did more harm than good. But TVD is mentally shot. If Milroe would have had a 2022 season and then he comes back and then Saban did that, I think that young man's confidence will be shot. It's not a lot of guys can have the mental fortitude like a Jalen Hurts or what Jalen Milroe is showing right now. But getting back to that, fourth quarter program, that 2018 defense had to stay on the field for a long time, for the entire season. And that defense statistically ended up being better than the 2017 defense. So that's why the time of possession was within seconds of each other. I think we were at 28, maybe 29:05, and they were at like 28:56 or something like that, right? So the time of possession was so similar. So that's my whole thing. I'm like, it need to be strong like his mama, bruh. It's over. I don't think, and the thing about it, TVD, in my opinion, let me finish this. I'm gonna say this about that mental psyche. So the fourth quarter program, all this stuff, the intensity that Coach Cristobal is gonna bring in, I don't want to hear nothing about someone saying that the defense was tired for being on the field. I honestly, I don't want to hear it because I've seen Miami Hurricane defenses in the past be on the field just like that. We don't have the players. We didn't have the players in 18. We didn't have the players in 18. We didn't have the depth in 18. This is, if depth for depth, it's the same thing. That was the reason we lost. We had no answer for the hurt. Studio, I'm glad you said that, but let me get back to what Ellen was saying about the mental about TVD. I don't know if any of y'all watched the Ja'Cory Harris Canesville video, but Ja'Cory Harris essentially said, like, after he like football no longer was fun to him. He felt lied to. He felt betrayed, and it's good that he's in a better mental space now. He's a firefighter and all that stuff like that. But he said the game was no longer fun. So my thing is this: is that very well could be the case with TVD. Once TVD has taken his last snap here at the University of Miami, I guarantee you, after a few years, someone can interview him. He's going to say football no longer was fun. Football became draining. Everyone is not mentally capable of handling that type of stuff. And again, I asked Coach Hayes this question in the beginning of the season. I said, hey, if TVD comes out and is not playing right and people start booing him, what do we do? And Coach Hayes essentially said, look, we're not going to baby this. We're not going to baby you. Hey, either ish on the pot or get up. And that's where we at right now. So it's over with. And plus, with many people in the fan base, TVD struck out already with a large percentage of the fan base with the whole Alabama situation. He struck out with a whole lot of fan base. After you talk about mental TVD, could you give an opinion on team discipline coming from a not so disciplined man? Yes, I spent Wayne. That was smoke and mirrors. That was smoke and mirrors. I literally when that viral clip of Mario going off on that wide receiver for that, what did he do? Spent the ball and got the penalty. NCAAstats.com. Oregon was more penalized than we were. So when I heard people talk about, oh, we're not gonna be as penalized and all that, I said, bro, what you're doing. The poison locker room, we still have one James Williams. I can't wait until the let me finish that. Hey, studio. Like I said, when I was at the game and James made that great form tackle and James ran that way to what, like away from there to have a look at me type of play, UNC was back at the line of scrimmage. Salute Canes Dolphins 89. UNC was back at the line of scrimmage ready to get the ball, and someone's like, James, what are you? Come on, man, get back over here. It's like I understand y'all are feeling yourselves, but it's like, bro, it's not like it was a tackle in the backfield. He got 2 yards. They back on the ball. They're back to the ball. Like, it's time to get back to business. It's just like when I said Shamar Kirk on the sideline dancing after the Henry Parrish fumble. Like, bro, you just got here. You came, you're supposed to be a person that comes in to help with the culture, and you are out here. I can't remember what the D tackle name was. The guy, was it not Hay? Which one? Which the D tackle was? The one that we always see on the sideline dancing. I feel like they got the big head after the short, sweet Texas. Wayne, we just lost to Georgia Tech. If anything, you should be wanting to make amends for the blunder that we had at the end of the game. This is not time to match energies with UNC. We match energies after the game when we have won. We don't come in here and try to, again, like I said, I'm at the game. I felt like, for running on field, Billy, hey, Mario didn't even stop him. Listen, if y'all could, like I said, if y'all could have had the view that I had when Guidry was on the field and Mario looked at, Mario almost had a look of shock and like he was kind of shaken because of how intense Guidry was. Like, I forgot who the head coach was. I said, wait a minute, the head coach has on green, not black. Okay. We back to normally scheduled programming. But, oh, snap. What have I done? Oh. But yeah, I was like, the head coach got on green, right? He don't have on the black. Okay, cool. But I don't know, man. I it's a lot. Again, my whole thing, Guidry did that because he don't believe Mario can manage the time as an end game. Hey, y'all on one. TVD should have picked up the Parrish fumble. Man, it's a lot of things. You know what that TVD situation is probably gonna be reminiscent of. At least he tried, but it's almost like it's Cam Newton-esque. in the sense that he and bro, I know y'all. Like I said, we all watched the game. When TVD took that shot on that touchdown to George, I said he's about to cur out. He did not look like he wanted to get up. And I'm telling you, I'm glad you said that. QB, you said people want emotion. I remember when people were upset with Duke Johnson. Oh, the fumble in the end zone. Oh, man. TVD ain't trying to do all that. Football ain't fun to him. When people say he ain't got no emotion, he don't have any emotion. Football is not fun. Football is a job right now. After Paris fumbled, I knew we was in for a long night. Then Keontre Smith, the boneheaded player of the year. I knew it was over. Wayne, to be honest, I didn't even see the Keontre Smith play. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was, I don't know what I was doing. I didn't see it. I did not see it. All I know was Keontre Smith was on the sideline, and I want to say I can't remember what coach it was that was getting on to him. I can't remember what coach it was that was getting on to him, and I was like, I don't know what happened. That player sub, he just ran a good play, got hit hard, then he went to rush to the line and run again. I give the back a second chance to catch his breath. Hey, studio, you said he want to be seen, so hey, that's all I can chalk it up to. But I thought TVD was gonna cur out right then and there. I'm not saying the hit probably didn't make him lose his breath, but TVD is looking like a person where football is not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore. TVD should have counted 12 players on defense. Hey, Mario said, look, if Al Golden can do it, why we can't do it? But who does TVD have to blame for football not being fun? I don't know who has to blame, Wayne. To be honest, I don't know what makes people fall out of love with the game, right? The NIL, everybody talk about the good of the NIL. Blame Gaddis, okay, cool, got rid of Gaddis. No, I'm not gonna blame Gaddis. I'm not gonna blame Gaddis. Because I think one of the side effects of NIL that people don't want to talk about is some of these guys actually have commitments. And you have taken the amateurism out of the sport. When you play your hard side and coaches are botching game, that takes the fun out of it. Blame Manny. QB. hey, yeah, you're right. Wayne is Manny's fault. Manny is the reason TVD looks like he's falling out of love with the game of football. But on a serious note, like, I think some of this NIL stuff, because that was something that, like when Derek King was here, that was something that people made mention of. Like, Derek King had like some NIL like things that he had to, do, bruh. They boys was in tears out of the GT game. I felt a little. Studio, they probably wiped them tears on their jerseys because I don't think they were crying after the North Carolina game. They couldn't have been too emotional about it, especially the offensive line. I know we got the Matt Lee sitting there, like, what the F are we doing? And I'm sitting here in the stands like, what the F are we doing? Why can't we open any holes? Why can't we run the ball anymore? So I don't know. But like I said, but getting back to, like I said, QB, I remember when Duke Johnson was here. People wanted Duke to be so vocal. And they just couldn't accept that. No, Duke was like, I lead by example. And that wasn't good enough for people. It's like, no, we need you to get in people's faces. That's not everybody's personality. Right? It's different when you lose in the road game to a good NC State. That's okay, but GT lost with the most. Studio. If anything, like I said on my live, UNC just graduated a freshman class last year that does not know what losing to the University of Miami feels like. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Yo, shout out, to be honest with you, I think it's best for Mario to let TVD rest and bring in one of the young guys. Canes Dolphin. If we lose Saturday, there's nothing left to play for. except for a bowl game. Um, that's that's it. If we lose against Clemson, there's nothing left. There's nothing left to play for. How many games would that leave us left? We got Virginia Tech, Florida State, Louisville, and Boston College. So essentially, we could sit Jakari the um, next game, and he can play the last four games. So that'll work out. I think Emory has already played his 4 games. So if anything, I think they will probably try to go ahead and preserve his red shirt and then put Jakari out there. So, but yeah, if we lose to Clemson, there's nothing left to play for. Like seriously, other than if guys want to play for draft status, and that's the and then that's a very slippery slope. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope because if we lose to Clemson and you take TVD out, what does that say to the veterans on the defensive side of the ball? Because it's like now, okay, you have given up on this particular season. So it's like if at the first sign of adversity you're ready to give it up, then what would be the need for me to try? What would be the need for me to use my final year of eligibility? Why don't I just go ahead and go to the draft? Because who's to say that next year will be any better? So that's why, like, we like that Georgia Tech game. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I mean, that's my opinion on the ordeal. If we lose to Clemson, then against they still have a possibility of 9 to 10 wins. FSU lost 3 straight last year and won 10 games. Still can't overreact. QB, I'm not overreacting, but I think that I can't speak for Coach Cristobal because I look at it like this: if we lose to Clemson and Virginia they're kind of sneaky. They're not as bad as they were last year, in my opinion. Oh, you're not Virginia Tech. NC State. NC State always plays us. NC State always plays us tough. So it's not a guarantee that the NC State game is a dub. We hope that the Virginia game is a dub. And then we got Florida State. The real Miami fans know that. But to address my particular title, are Miami fans mad with us being 4-2 at this particular juncture? And we say it 75, 8-4. I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset. I'm upset because we were saying the team aren't looking too tough. And that's sad. The offensive line didn't look physical. The defensive line didn't look physical. Like something is off. I'm not an insider, but something is off. Like, and I don't know if it's gonna turn back on. But the reason is we were looking for improvement. And I think people are looking at improvement based on minuscule things. Like improvement is winning after the bye. We didn't do that. 4-2 would be if we beat Texas A&M, looked like the better team, but Texas A&M, even though Connor Wigman went down, is turning into an overrated Jimbo Fisher team. Like simple as that. And then we lose to UNC. And the whole thing is that we got 4 tests this season. We got Texas A&M, UNC, Clemson, and Florida State. And then we got a 5th in Louisville. And the thing was we were supposed to play those 4 teams like we belong. We did that against Texas A&M. Then we come out at GT and we play down to their level. That's not an improvement. Then we go in to play North Carolina. We play a half of football and only have one side of the ball want to come play. And then in the third quarter, we surrender 21 straight points and we're down 21. And we don't bring the game within 10 until there's 2 minutes left on the clock. And we end the UNC game the same way we ended the game last year and the same way we ended the game in 2021. Those are not improvements. So that's why I'm upset, because it's like we were supposed to beat the teams that we're better than, which we did that in 3 games. We went up and beat Texas A&M, but then we didn't beat Georgia Tech, which we did beat Georgia Tech. But the fact that it had to come to that just lets me know that we didn't win the game. The referees were not obligated to bail out our quarterback throwing 3 interceptions. QB, I'm gonna address the tempo. I'm glad you brought that back up. Then we go out to UNC and we play like we're not even supposed to be on the field with them in the second half. That's not an improvement. Me personally, I don't care about what someone say, oh, we look better than we looked last year. I don't look at last year as a point of reference because the head coach said, look, we made a mistake. All right, so since you made a mistake, you admitted that was a mistake. Since there were people that said that was year 0, that year didn't count, I'm going right back to comparing it to 2021. That's what I'm comparing it to. When we were 2-4, Derrick King goes down, the young guys come in and play, we finish the season 7-5. That's what I'm comparing it to. I don't care about 2022. For me, 2022 did not happen. Because that's what a lot of people said. Everyone was saying expecting to beat the teams we were supposed to beat once we came out and didn't do that. Exactly, Wayne. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we beat Texas A&M. Cool. But now A&M is not looking like a good win, because just 2 weeks ago we was like, oh, well, LSU for Florida State is not looking like a good win. No, LSU is a good win. Texas A&M is not. Hate to bust that bubble. Texas A&M is not. So going back to the tempo, QB, that is something that, again, I hadn't put it on the live because, you know, I've been trying to figure out a schedule so I can go live and do videos. That was something that I said, like, look, these particular teams are not, those other teams did not take advantage of certain things. Tempo messes everything up. Again, like I said, these are issues. Texas, yeah, but hey, QB, they lost their starting quarterback, but it's not like the guy he's playing is a scrub. I mean, he didn't look good, but they're not injured. They still got Evan Stewart. They still got that big defense line. So they should be better than what they are, even with the starting quarterback being down. But again, this is a Jimbo Fisher. This is Jimbo Fisher. A man who has won with generation, who won the big game with a generational quarterback. That's like, he's no longer a QB whisperer. And what makes it worse is you have Bobby Petrino in there too, and the two of y'all together cannot get a quarterback to play decent. So with that being said, I like A&M, y'all are not that good anymore. Like that win is not looking very good. You say we caught him off guard. No, I don't think we caught him off guard. I think what it was is that we were a bad matchup for them. They're not good in coverage. They like I commend Guidry. I mean, not Guidry. I keep saying Guidry. I commend Dawson for doing what you're supposed to do to a team that lost a lot of talent in the secondary. Attack. That's what we did. Attack. That's what everyone was saying. They lost a lot in the secondary. So we were a bad matchup. Kevin Beard has came in, done work with our guys. They are confident. They're playing out of their minds. Attack. That's what we're supposed to do. But getting back to the tempo thing, QB, again, I don't want to make this about diminishing G5 coordinators and coaches and stuff like that. But again, that's the thing. You have to understand the play has to be in quickly. It has to be quick. You cannot sit there on the sideline and do all of this and all the little hand gestures that you're doing and think that you're going to have time to do that against a high-powered offense that has a quarterback that's going to be playing on Sundays. You don't have time to do all of the little nuances. Y'all have to work on a system to get the plays in faster. And again, our G5 opponents were not able to take advantage of that. The second game of the season, Texas A&M couldn't spot the corner blitz to save their life, but UNC did. And guess what? Clemson is coming off of a bye. So they got to be ready. Do you think after a quarterback runs a 60-yarder, we should run tempo and run him again or sub him or slow down, let the running back catch his breath? It depends to me, because if he's in shape, you know what? The thing about that, I'm going to tell you this. It depends on the situation. If the 60-yard run is towards their side of the bench where they can get a guy in too quickly or whatever the situation is, you swap them out. If the defense makes a sub, whatever, you get up to the ball, you go. But if it's to the other side or whatever the situation is, no, don't run tempo. Don't run tempo. Sub, but we don't have a running back that breaks his job. Tell me about it, QB. But that's the thing. We looked like a G5 coaching staff Saturday. UNC had more film. Exactly. Wayne, you hit the nail on the head. They had more film. And guess what? Guess who else got more film? Clemson. Oh, Miami can't. They can't get the defensive calls in quick enough. Let's note that. Guess who gonna have even more film? Florida State. Guess who gonna have even more film than that? Louisville. So we look like a G5 coaching staff on Saturday, because I'm gonna tell you this, and I said this on a video before. When everyone was talking about, hey, we taking what the defense is giving us, that we're gonna try. Clemson defense hasn't gone anywhere. I got them in my fantasy. They haven't left the building. So I'm not gonna play them this week because that's a conflict of interest. I want my offense to look good, but at the same time, I got money, in the fantasy. So I'm not gonna play Clemson because I love my team and I don't want to be sitting up there rooting for Clemson defense to shut down offense. So to get away from that, I'm just gonna get a whole nother defense and start that whole other defense this week, and then I'll start Clemson defense next week. But that's the thing. Hey, Wayne, you right, I'm gonna sell out. But we looked at like a G5 coaching staff. QB, like you said, yo, shot, I can see it now. If this BS continue with the offense and defense, I bet you Chris about Canes, Dolphins. Ellen, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to get Oregon's defense. I'm gonna start Oregon's defense this week, and that's that. So no, I'm not doing it. I can't sit there and look at my phone and hope that, man, we need to get an interception here for the fantasy, but then it's like, TVD, I need you to throw a touchdown. So no, I'm not even about to do that. But Mario cannot listen. Mario can think about this. Think about this for a second. We just had two coordinators that I know are making in excess of $1.5 million. They left after 1 year. Now, since they both got, other jobs or whatever, so we probably didn't have to bite the bullet as much, the proverbial bullet. But look at the coordinators that we got. See, everybody was like, oh, man, we got young, hungry guys. It's like, no. Let's think about it for a second. We just fired $2 million, quarter of a million, I can't even get it right. $1.5 million coordinators. And you think that the people with the money is like, so you want us to pay the rest of whatever the buyout is, and then you want us to give you money to hire 2 more coordinators for $3 million? I don't think so. I don't think so. You better go find some people in the G5. That's what you better do. How do coaches practice? Because our coaches need practice. We should run similar twice a week, similar clock management. I don't know what they're doing out there in practice, man. And the thing about it is, if you ask somebody that goes to practice, depending on how they are, they're not gonna tell you what's really going on. Because if it leaks out, they will know who the mole is, because I'm sure they got people that monitor this stuff, and they're like, okay, well, such and such talks to these people, and this is where the message got out. All right, well, take his media credentials. And people are not about to, at least some people, unless you're Barry Jackson, who just said F it. I get what you're saying, Shy. Can't clean house. No, that's my mistake, bro. I'm saying something's wrong, bro, and it's pissing me off, bro. We need to practice personnel at the timeout. QB, we have a G5 coaching staff. but no, he can't fire anybody, like, period. Well, so you saying Gidry and Dolphin ain't make the same bag previous coordinator did because of previous level of experience? That's the case. We won't have neither for too long. Wayne, let me. I'm just asking you a simple question. Like if, and again, not personal business, but if you give someone $100, right, and they say, oh man, I bought something for 100, it didn't work out. Man, give me 100 again. No, I'm not giving you 100 again. I give you 50. I might give you best I can give you is $52. So do what you need to do with the $52. You need to practice better money discipline. You need to figure out how to get the most bang for your buck. So no. And the thing about it, Wayne, if you're saying they're not going to be, now the thing about it is, the whole thing about Gidry was like, oh, well, teams want to stay away from Gidry because of the DUIs. So I think they're still going to be there. So if anything, he's almost like on a probationary thing. He's consistently hurting us, bro. Results don't lie. Am I wrong, bro? Let me finish this. So that's still gonna be over his head. So if anything, Gidry's not gonna go anywhere. Dawson, on the other hand, would he leave for a lateral job? I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're in any fear of losing coordinators, in my opinion. I don't think that, because they are showing that this is they still need grooming on this particular level. And like QB said, we call it timeout. We got 12 people on the field. As a matter of fact, that particular play, the UNC fan said, yo, Miami got 12. I'm up there like this. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, that's 12. That's 12. But no, like I said, Canes, I'm just gonna chalk TVD situation up to football is not fun to him anymore. So my fear isn't necessarily losing them, is more so me thinking about that next coaching search. Why can't we hire from within like other programs? I don't know. I tell you what, if Dawson does leave, I already know who he's gonna bring back, and y'all know who he's gonna bring back too. He's at App State. This time he's gonna bring his wife though, which that didn't make a darn bit of sense to me in the beginning. I understand kids and stuff like that, but that didn't. Again, last year didn't happen. Frank Punts has never worked here before. What coach in our program can we hire for things? I think Jason Taylor. Frank at the guy. Wayne, he might not be the guy for the job, but again, what did I just say? I just gave you 100. And then I just gave you 50. So if the 50 don't work, I'm giving you $15. He showed Mario. I'm not gonna say he showed Mario he didn't believe in him. I just think that in the reality of the situation, oh yeah, JT made, but he ain't better than Gidry. No. I don't know. I don't think he's better than Gidry because he doesn't have any experience at calling at this particular level. All he can go back to is what he learned as a player. How about Brian Ken does? Man, Ken ain't coming back down. Mario gonna be paying attention. Wayne, that's that like again. Don't like the resources that are out there as far as building facilities and stuff like that. That money is already spent. But if you keep talking about, hey, let me borrow 100, let me borrow another 100, let me borrow no, what are you doing with this $100? What are you doing? Because obviously what you're buying is not worth 100. So let's renegotiate, right? I'm gonna give you 15 this time, right? And you show me that you need 100. No, you show me that you need 25 next time, right? Okay. No, studio. No. Someone just brought up the fact of if it doesn't work, basically with Mario Fighter. No. Listen, if that would be unprecedented. That would be unprecedented if you hire, because what would they be reminiscent of? They would be reminiscent of Randy Shannon. They'd be reminiscent of Randy Shannon if in 2 consecutive years you let coordinators go. And I'm gonna say this: if they leave on their own accord, bro, we got big problems. But I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk like that. I don't want to talk like that. But football ain't fun in TVD, man. I can see it. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's just not. No, I think those recruits keep them there for at least nothing. What recruits? Oh, the recruits that we have coming in. I don't know. We gotta get some D-line guys. They need chemistry returning. Yeah, that's again. Not so much just the chemistry, Edric. It's just the fact that they need to learn how to coach at this particular level. They need to learn, like I said, like Gidry lining up the corner blitz. It's like, bro, you probably can get away with that at Marshall. You're not getting away with that against Drake May. Drake May is being studied by NFL scouts. If he can't identify that blitz and slide protection, he's not the quarterback for the job. Bro, if TVD hit the portal, he will officially. I don't know. Maybe football. Like, you know what? I would compare TVD to like maybe a Bo Nix. Like, I think Bo Nix at Auburn, football wasn't fun for him. But now he's out at Oregon. Football is fun. They brought the billboard out in Times Square for his Heisman campaign. They are 1,000% behind him. They're running the offense. They surround him with some, he got a lot of good talent. All that. Football is fun again to Bo Nix. So maybe it could be a situation. But again, TVD reminds me of Jacob. Hey, why I'm going to tell you something funny. At my last job, I had a coworker. He was a Bears fan. And he hated Jay Cutler. He was like, man, Jay Cutler, he never showed any emotion. And I was like, bro, Jay Cutler is a diabetic. And so, like, I was making a joke, but I was being serious at the same time. I was like, bro, like, Jay Cutler can't feel his feet. So he just happy to be here, Eli Manning the same way. TV's the same guy who almost left 2 times. It came back. Facts. He did. It's not fun. I couldn't see again. I don't want to see. We want an elite quarterback, but those are rare. Don't let good teams fool you and think that. No, I don't think Bo Nix is elite. I don't think Quinn Ewers is elite. The only elite quarterback I think right now is 2. I think it's Michael Penix. I think Caleb Williams. Them are the only 2 elite quarterbacks I see. I don't think Drake May is elite. I think what's interesting about Drake May is that Mack Brown saw how how bad he effed up at Texas after Colt McCoy left, that he made sure to insulate anything. So Drake May and Sam Howell, because Jay Cutler and TV the only quarterbacks throw multiple picks in the game, not showing emotion. Eli used to throw interception. Eli used to lead the league in interceptions, and he had that same look on his face. So again, it's just how people are. But again, football is not fun. Maybe if you go somewhere else and football would be fun, and then I know it'll be some Kane fans that'll be like, just like, oh man, he's doing all that for them. Why he can't? Why he couldn't be that for us? So it is what it is. But no, I don't want to. I don't want to think about TBD in the portal. Yo, Shad, think a conversation between Mario Cristobal has to be had to see whether or not he wants to be in Miami or not. I think that conversation has already been had. They have a leadership council, so I'm sure Mario meets with them individually every week to kind of talk about Tom Brady fair screaming because of the league. You know what? I didn't see Peyton Manning like yelling or stuff like that. Like, I really, to be honest with you, I can't think of any other quarterbacks that were just like yelling, except for Tom Brady. I don't recall seeing Peyton yelling. I don't recall seeing like Ben Roethlisberger yelling and stuff like that. It's like Tom Brady had a reason to yell. He was drafted in the 6th round. Everybody else was first round quarterbacks. So Tom Brady is he's mad. He's still mad. Like he's like Michael Jordan. Like, I'm pissed off. Like, Tom, it's over. The dudes that were drafted in front of you, they no longer play. I'm talking about. Well. Let me rephrase that. He didn't do it like Tom Brady. He didn't do it like Tom. I'm shocked because when TVD cried in 2001 when he threw that pick, I thought he had it in it, but not sure TVD like he gonna cry. Cry about again, bro. Go back and watch when TVD took that hit. He sat on the field. And it looked like he wanted to pack it in until he got up and everybody in the crowd. I don't know if y'all heard it through the TV. We were all TVD. Like that's what we were doing. We were all like, it was almost like I said, I was in a section of UNC fans. They were almost feeling sorry for the kid. For the young man, I don't want to call him a kid. Shout out to Hosen. They almost like they were feeling sorry for him. Like, bro, what's wrong with you? TVD need to punch a teammate to win the locker room. Jordan effect. Who is he gonna punch? You know who he'll punch? X will let him punch him. No, I'm gonna tell you what. And like I said, you know who he need to punch for real? LT. He need to punch LT. And you know who need to punch both of them? Ruben Bain. That's what need to happen. Ruben Bain. TVD need to punch LT, and Bain need to punch LT and TVD. Yeah. That's what needs to happen. I got a homeboy that's a big UN fan that made TV at amusement park back when Derrick King. My boy said they talk for a man about programming Manny in the future. My boy's a believer. Wayne, I'm gonna tell you something else. Even he gave up on TV the other side. I'm gonna tell you something else. And this is something, again, like I said, I hold Canesville in very high regard with a lot of stuff that they say. And that was something that they said. They was like TVD and King, they were like this. That was his guy. He came to the sideline and Derrick King was there to help him. He don't have that. I bet Kiko would punch James Williams in the mouth if he yelled at him again like he making all them darn plays. I don't know, man. Somebody, hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I remember what it was. It was the last year Manny was here. And the rumor was Bubba Bolden and Nestor Severa got into a fight. And it kind of boiled over. We ain't heard about no fight. Now, there were rumors and speculation that there was a couple of guys pushing one another after the GT game, but nothing was confirmed. But no, it needs to be a fight. Somebody need to fight. Ruben Bain needs to go punch LT. He needs to punch TVD. He needs to punch Cam Kitchens. He needs to punch Kobe Young, and he needs to punch hell, go punch Jalen Rivers too. Ruben Bain needs to punch all those people. And I ain't talking about like a little love tap. I'm talking about like when bro shots become no for real. Yeah, any of y'all remember that old Jaguars player back? I don't know what it was. I think it was Hard Knocks. I was glad Klaus cleared that up, saying no, it was Cam, it was James Williams. All out table and chess match. It took me a while before I saw I was there with someone on screen. Oh, man, dang, that's embarrassing, man. Me feel like I'm black. Yo, shot, I think you're right. A fight needs to happen so the team can come out and dish out some blow. For real. It need to be a fight. I was glad Klaus cleared that up, saying no, it was not Cam, it was James Williams. I think Coach Hayes cleared that up on his Good, Bad, and Ugly. That was one of the plays that he highlighted. But kind of looking at the play, I don't know who it was. It was like he and Cam were playing the same assignment. And it's kind of easy to point at Cam because Cam has had, those type of miscues. And James has his, James as well. But we know Cam is a lot more aggressive than James is in terms of, all this stuff. But yeah, it needs to be a fight. But getting back to the guy, it was Hard Knocks. It was a defensive tackle who, before every game, he told the equipment manager, slap me. I want to taste blood. Slap me. And that's what he wanted. So, yeah, that's what needs to happen. They need to taste blood. Somebody need to snap. Even on that Jaden Davis one, James should have been there too. Studio, I'm going to tell you something. When they were warming up for the game, I noticed that it was a lot of James Williams being in the box that particular game. So on that Jaden situation, he could have been there. I don't know what the coverage was. No, matter of fact, yeah. Coach Hayes broke that down as Good, Bad, and Ugly too. He said it was quarters coverage. So essentially it was man to man. So in reality, that was on, James could be there because as the safety, you're supposed to get deep as the deepest. But I think the rule of thumb is after so many yards, it essentially becomes man to man. So at that particular distance, Tez Walker was Jaden Davis' assignment. Simple as that. And again, what does that go back to? It goes back to film study. It goes back to knowing what a G5 coordinator wants to do in these down situations. That's why it looks so good. He was willing to tackle a decent coverage. Jaden Davis had the game of his life against Texas A&M. He ain't slow, just a bit short. You know who I'm upset that I'm not seeing on the field more? Jaden Harris. Jaden Harris, going back to the summer, I think Jaden Harris, and this is before Chris Johnson got to campus. Jaden Harris was like the second fastest person on the team. Devontae Brown instead of Davis is a better cover corner. Still, live, he's slow, bro. Devontae Brown. I don't know what's going on with Devontae Brown. I tell you what, but hey, kudos to Daryl Porter Jr. Man, let's talk about some good stuff for a second. Daryl Porter Jr. is handling business. They're not targeting him. Maybe we should have put Daryl Porter Jr. over there. It was obvious they talked about Dez Walker all week, and James Williams talked so much he should have been the one saying. Bruh, if Lance Guidry would have put James Williams on Tez Walker, man, it would have been a crime scene out there, man. It would have been a crime scene out there, man. That man would have did like the Stanford receiver did. That would have been a crime scene if we would have put James Williams out there here, man. I love what James does, but nah, man, ain't the man. No. That would have been a crime scene. Like, you know what they say, spill on aisle 5? It would have been a crime scene. What that Future song is, tell him it's a homicide. Not man coverage, but he shadowed his corner. But this the thing, though, Studio. Tez Walker is not the only weapon that they had. We had to really keep James in the box because James big, stiff behind ain't going. Hey, hey, nah, but studio. We had to keep James close to the line of scrimmage, man, to help with the run. I'm late to the party, but how you doing, sir? I'm doing good, South Coast. Let's be real. They had basic receiver. That's why they was sweating getting back so bad. Wayne, hey, listen. Hey, I plead the fifth. Hey, I plead the fifth because I think what did James Will? James Will said the only reason, what he tweet, the only reason I ain't responded is I ain't had time or something. So, nah, I don't need no subliminal shots at me. James Williams can do whatever he want to do. Nah, but serious business, though, studio. We had to keep James in the box, though, for real. Like, that's what we need. Brother Jay, what's goody, bro? What's good? Um, but yeah, man, Darren Poor is doing a fantastic job, man. He's doing a fantastic job. Um, Fantastic job. Who else is doing a good job? Matt Lee doing a good job. Obviously, X is doing a good job. Kiko is doing a good job. Like, really, when we really stop and think about this, bro, we it's only a handful of guys, bro. And that's a problem. That's not improvement. Look how I just went from positive to negative just that quick. I got to stop that. But for real, that's not improvement. We still have only maybe 5 guys that we can say for a fact they are playing better than they played last year. That were on the team. Brashard Smith. Brashard Smith is such a Horton. Yeah, that exactly. Exactly. Brashard, like, it's so crazy to me, man. It's like those guys should transfer. I think Brashard Smith loved Miami too much, man. And that, to me, that would be. But this the thing. Don't be like, see you country crazy, call out the bad too. Ellen, I've been calling out the bad since we've been here. That's what I just said. I said I'm a UM all day, but Wayne, I'm with you. I'm a realist too. I'm objective. Like, yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you, hey, off season. The conversation is Cam Kitchens better than Jaquan Johnson? I said absolutely not. He has not done enough. And you know what? And you know what people said? Well, JJ never won the All-American. I said no, JJ didn't win, but look at the guys that were at safety when JJ was here. We're talking Minkah Fitzpatrick, Derwin James. It was some other guys, right? And obviously, our guys get shafted on national awards anyway. At no point last year did I feel like Cam Kitchens made the impact that Jaquan Johnson made in 2017. At no point last year. Jaquan Johnson, to me, is right underneath that tier, that press conference today with Mario Dawson-Gidget. What happened, Brother Jay? Brother Jay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch press conferences because if you heard one, you heard them all, especially after a loss. It's going to be, we got things to work on. The guys are responding very well. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to get back to JJ. So, I saw X put on Twitter. X said the guys are refocused and they're having a good practice. They're having good practices. And I said, I almost wish he didn't say that. Because anytime someone say they having good practices, what does that mean? That mean what happened Saturday is about to happen. That's what that means. When a person that has media credentials to talk to the coach and they say, oh, the team is refocused and they're having some good practices, that is code word for buckle your seatbelts. We're about to experience some turbulence. And we're not going to make it to the airport. Cam literally had one good season. I'm not even going to say that one good season. The same season he caught out. I'm not even going to say it was a good season. I'm going to say he had a good back half. That's what I'm going to say. To me, it's kind of that's so quintessential to like Artie Burns that year. I love Camus Grove, but just how I feel about it, bro. Artie Burns got drafted in the first round. I remember arguing with people. I said, bro, Artie is not a first round corner. Bro, he got 6 interceptions. Bro, he's not a first round corner. When I look at first round corners, it's certain names of guys that's there. Artie will get in the first round because it's a weak corner draft. Rashad, you write a lot of effery and foolishness. Should be comedians. Hey, Ellen can attest to this. I said these jokers spent all last season lying, and now I'm supposed to believe y'all this year. It's not happening. Yeah. What are you saying, Studio? You feel he was a first round corner or he did go to first round? I know he did get drafted in the first round, but I was speaking from his skill set standpoint. He was not and that's you right, Studio. No, Studio. Yeah, Studio. Yeah, I would take Artie and Tyreek in a heartbeat right now. I really would, because that would have been the matchup. Tyreek and Tez, that would have been the matchup. Or Artie, I don't know if Artie could have been at. I don't know if Artie been able to stick Tez though, but I think Tyreek would have. But that was the argument. It's like he's gonna get drafted first round because it's a weak corner draft. But I don't think he's a first round corner. Yes, I always view him as a first round potential. Also, I mean, yeah, he was an athlete. All last year they said practice was good, but the game Artie wasn't better than Corn. I think Artie and Corn were like a toss up to me. And honestly, I think both of them had things they did well, and I think both of them had things they didn't do well. But yeah, Ellen, they lied. Yeah, Corn. The thing about Corn is we had Corn. Corn was forced to be an outside corner because of the lack of. Could have predominantly played Corn in the slot that entire like that year. I think he probably would have he would have got a better grade. But yeah, Ellen, they spent all last season lying, and now I'm supposed to believe you now. No. I still respect you. I understand you got to put food on the table, but I'm looking at you with the side eye. Everybody bought in. It's all this. And we 6 games in the season, facing adversity, and like the wheels about to come off. The roof is on fire. But yeah, man. But yeah, getting back to the JJ and Jaquan. Cam. JJ is to me right there, a little bit beneath Brandon Merriweather. Yo, Shy, when you get a chance, look up Mace Taggart and stop by, bro. He's a Kane fan. Would love to hear your takes on Canes, bro. Okay, Mace Taggart. Okay. Hey, put that in the comment section so I won't forget it. But yeah, like Jaquan to me is right there, right behind Merriweather. Now he's not Ed Reed and Sean and Benny Blaze, but he's right there. And it took him graduating because I was a Rashawn Jenkins fan. I thought Rashawn Jenkins was the best corner. But when I just looked at everything Jaquan did, it's like, bro, no. Jaquan Johnson is the best safety that we've had since Brandon Merriweather. And I know Kenny Phillips came here and all that stuff. No. Jaquan Johnson did a lot. So it was like, bro, y'all are getting caught up in fanboyism by saying, well, he won an All-American, so he has to be better than JJ. No, he don't. Let's look at the stats. Let's go to PFF, since that's the preferred source. Jaquan PFF grades in 2017 blew Cam's PFF grades out of the water. So imagine if JJ would have been dropped in 2022. JJ willed that defense to a lot of just because he, again, people said, hey, look, he has the mentality of Ed Reed. We want Cam to be that. But Cam isn't showing that right now. And again, Cam is not on Gervin Hall's level or anything like that. But again, another thing, a lot of guys, sometimes you get that recognition and stuff like that, and maybe they might not be able to perform like that, right? I just haven't been impressed, man. Like, I thought this defense would be so much better because of the speed. And it just looks like we're about to get in conference play. Teams have film. Cam ain't played true principles of coverage since he got All-American, biting on everything, on any and everything. Wayne, and you know what, Wayne, you know what that tells me? That tells me that Cam does not trust the guys around him. That's an indication of there are things that he sees in practice that guys are not doing, and when it gets to the game, because you've practiced it and you've seen in practice that your teammate is not going to be there to make that play, you get in the game, try to make the play, and you get taken advantage of, and you're the one that looks bad. Because it's like it's no trust. Like we hit a bump of adversity against Georgia Tech, and I said, okay, this is gonna be the telltale sign. And they come out and they look like they did. And the only thing that people can say is, oh well, we need to get more many players off the roster. Instead of just being straight up and honest and say, look, we got G5 coaches, and they have to be better. They have to get better. They have to adjust quickly. They have to adjust quickly to P5 level, or what happened in the second half of UNC is going to happen in the first half of Clemson and also in the second half of Clemson. It's going to happen in the first half of Florida State and the second half of Florida State. That's what's going to happen. Because anytime I see us get out-coached, I always go back to 2013, Miami versus Florida State, James Coley, the offensive coordinator. The first half, we are lighting FSU up. Second half, they lock us down. Post-game, and Brother Jay Blaze, this is why I don't listen to post-game press conferences. They asked James Coley, they said, Coach, you look like you guys had success against Florida State in the first half. What happened in the second half? Do you know what James Coley told me? What James Coley said. James Coley said, we practice man to man all week. And in the second half, they went to zone coverage. They went to zone coverage, and you telling me that there was not a play that you could call to get us in position to score? You were shut down. And again, that's the first time that I realized it's levels to this. The defensive coordinator that Jimbo had, coached at Alabama, Pruitt, he knows what to do. He's coached at this level. This was James Coley's first time calling plays, and it showed. Because you said that man went to zone defense and you had no answers. That's essentially what Lance Guidry, basically, again, that's what a Lance Guidry post-game press conference is going to sound like. Well, Coach, it looked like y'all had things kind of under control in the first half. What happened in the second half? Oh, man, we practiced for this all week. Then they came out and did that. We didn't have any answers. I knew we didn't have answers in the first half when they picked up the corner blitz. And then you switched it to put Kiko. And in the second half, they picked that up and you had no more answers. You got to get better, man. And again, like I said, Wayne, there's something that there's something Cam and some others are seeing in practice that when it gets to the game, it's like, bro, you didn't make the play in practice. I know you're not going to make it in the game. Let me leave my assignment to try to go make the play, and I get burned. The Cam Kitchens situation against Georgia Tech is never supposed to happen. Why did it happen? Because you just saw Corey Couch mistime a jump. So you did not trust to Corey Couch to play his assignment. So you don't play yours. And the Georgia Tech wide receiver is not a Kane player within 3 yards of him, and he goes into the end zone. That's what it is. We don't trust. So anytime someone say we're having a good practice, no, we not. Because if we're having a good practice, we wouldn't have guys being GDIs. And no, I didn't steal that from Coach Hayes. We use that term in Mississippi too. God individual. We got GDIs. And you know. But anyway, man, it's 7:50. I wanted to try to get this live in because I saw Groove and A Black. They were going live at 8. So I just wanted to get this live in and just kind of talk about. We didn't even talk about the Clemson game at all. I'm just gonna get these couple of little. I don't know, but everyone think that they do. Of course they do, but that's the problem. When you got 11 individuals instead of one unit, it's problems. It's problems. But I think it's gonna be interesting to see the matchup between Guidry and Garrett Riley. It's gonna be interesting. Then you just owe us a Clemson live. Miami 32, Clemson 29. Hey, that's a good score. So you gotta go live sometime soon this week since we ain't get to hit up too much about Clemson. Now I'm just gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna say these few little things. Clemson is gonna probably use some tempo. They got a bye week. They got a lot to clean up. And to be honest, I'm not so turned off from Dabo. Pause. That sounded so. Pause. Just pause that. I don't think Dabo is so stubborn and egotistic that he's going to let this ship sink. I think there's going to be some things that Clemson is going to unveil. And again, Clemson is disrespectful, too. They're not as disrespectful as North Carolina, in my opinion, but they're disrespectful. They're coming to Hard Rock Stadium, and they're going to be disrespectful. And we better be ready. We got to figure out ways to get the plays in quicker. Again, this retool, Shad Tucker and Dabo Sweet, bro, chill out. Hey, but for real, that retooled offensive line, A&M, Clemson got some guys that can move too. Dabo looking to hang. And you know, Wayne, I'm shocked that Mac did not go for the jugular. I'm shocked. It's like we up 21. They look hapless. Hey, let's give it to Hampton. And Hampton like, hey, don't mind if I do. 60 yards, come here. I got to have it. But yeah, I was shocked that Mac Brown, took his foot off the gas. Game plan should be the same against Clemson. Don't turn the ball over, get pressure on the QB, protect TVD, establish run game, complete pass. Hey, brother Jay Blaze, that's what it should be. Yeah, cause this is the first game Mac really has got out on us. Right? This is the first. No, it's not. This is the second time because he got out of us on 2020. This is the second time he got out on us. But yeah, I expect Clemson's front seven to bring pressure, and we didn't do a good job. I have PTSD from Clemson, 63-6 wins. I lost an awful bet. I had to be some. TMI. He did not throw a deep pass. Against North Carolina. Brother Jay, he tried to throw one, but he was looking for X and it was late. Heck no, it ain't shot. I'm still having hot flash from last time. Bruh, I'm not about to let y'all turn this into. Hey, listen, I'm not about to let y'all turn this into Coach Hayes chat. We do that in Coach Hayes chat. Don't. Let's be adults here. Let's be adults. Hey, but did y'all see? Did y'all see the video of how Mario tried to leave and Mac Brown like, nah, I do this to all y'all. Hey, but if Mac would have tried to Shane Beamer Mario, hey, he would have laid Mac Brown. Hey, listen, Mario walked over there. Mario had the look on his face like if you try to grab me up in here like this, I'm gonna hurt you. If you and Mac was like, hey, Mac grabbed Mario up here on the arm, like, hey, if I apply pressure, you gonna go down. That's how Mac was looking. Mac, like, this is a pressure point. Hey, Wayne, he would have, but Mac was so subtle with it. Mac was really touching the pressure point. If Mario would have got out of line, Mac was going to press the button and Coach Cristobal was going to be on the ground. Mac on, but Mac know what he's doing. If Shane Beamer would have got out of line, Mac was going to hit that button. And Shane Beamer was going to... we okay, just need to make... Yeah, we need to make... Listen, we need to make more plays than they make. Mac was silently telling him, I own you. Wayne, so you telling me Mac hit the Aaron Rodgers? You think Mac hit the Aaron Rodgers on Coach Cristobal? Hey, I'm going to tell you something. Mac better not hurt himself trying to fight. Kane, it wasn't going to be a fight. Mac was already on the pressure point. Did anybody mention pressure? Yeah, we talked about, well, no, someone mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it too much. But yeah, that was an unfortunate. And the thing about it, check this out though. I don't know what was going on. Parrish fumbled the ball, and we still only gave Don Chaney 5 carries. That was shocking and surprising to me. But yeah, Mac was on that pressure point. If Mario would have yanked back too fast, Mac was gonna press it. What the little girl said on Rush Hour, push the button. Push the button. He will have a heart attack. Hey, no, Brother Jay, for real. Listen, Mario may know a lot, but Mac said, look, when you drink a lot of Cuban coffee and I hit this pressure point right here like that, you're going down. You're going to lose all feeling in your right arm if I hit you with this right now. Mac knew what he was doing. Mac Brady take his K and power check right now. Hey, bruh. As crazy as college football is right now, man, we could have very well just lost to the national championship team. Like, we could have literally just lost to a playoff team. I was on the Kool-Aid heavy. But yeah, Mac, but yeah, man, I see Groove and A-Black, they live. Hey, so man, go check those guys out, man. Give those guys a follow, man. They are so close to getting 1,000 subscribers, man. Let's go over there and show those guys some love. Mac was about to start speaking Espanol to really stun on Mario. Hey, Mac would have hit that young Dolph on him. Hey, don't play with me. Play with yo. Yeah. But anyway, man, appreciate y'all kicking it with me, bro. Like I said, yo, I might, depending on how my schedule play, I might be able to go live tomorrow. We can talk more about the Clemson game. But I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. As always, man, like, share, subscribe, comment, man. And as always, man, it's all about the you. Even when Mac Brown got a pressure point on our coach. And Wayne, will do, bro. Peace.